Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Young Dolph case, man. Now, for those of you who don't know or haven't been keeping track, Young Dolph, Memphis rap legend, lost his life last year, right at the end of the year. Since then, there's been 3 suspects who have been arrested. One of them being Justin Johnson, aka Straight Dropp, a local Memphis rapper. Another gentleman by the name of Cornelius Smith. And another gentleman by the name of Shundale Barnett. Now, it looks like one of these suspects is missing. And I am not kidding, man. There are several stories that have been posted about this within the last couple of hours. And most recently, Rolling Stone just did a story about it, so you know it's real, man. It looks like the third suspect in the case, the alleged helper, the person who was helping with the getaway and all that, according to the police resources and the reports out there, looks like they can't find dude nowhere, man. And they don't even know why they released him, man. Now, when I say this story is odd and crazy, man, I am not joking, man. Wait till we get to it. But before we get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this third suspect in the Young Dolph murder case being lost, man. And I am not exaggerating, man. So there was a story that was dropped by the Rolling Stone just recently, about an hour ago. And it says this in the story. It says, "It sure seems like the cops lost a suspect in Young Dolph's murder case." So basically putting it out there, man, that's the headline that, one of the suspects has come up missing. Now, we know Straight Dropp is locked up. He's been in court. I've been covering that each and every time he's been to court. You can check those videos out. And the same with Cornelius Smith, man. But the third suspect, man, has been weird, man. It's a guy by the name of Shundale Barnett, right? Now, it seems like we heard his name when Straight Dropp was initially arrested because they were arrested together. He was in the car with him riding shotgun or whatnot. Or maybe he was even driving, according to some reports, right? But, man, since then, dude has been a mystery. And now it looks like they've actually released him and they don't even know why. So here's the story. It says, a man allegedly connected to the murder of Young Dolph is missing after he was released from an Indiana jail at the end of January. Now, I know people are scratching their heads because they're like, well, if they had him and he's in the murder case, why wasn't he just, shipped over to Memphis just like Straight Dropp was, right? Well, let me continue. Now, it says, Shundale Barnett was arrested alongside one of the 2 primary murder suspects, Justin Johnson, in Brazil, Indiana. Back in January, Barnett, 27, was charged as an after-the-fact accessory to Dolph's murder, with authorities accusing him of helping Johnson and other suspect Cornelius Smith flee Memphis. So they're saying he was the one who was helping them get up out the city and keeping them on the move and all that, right? Now, Barnett was then held in Clay County, Indiana, and was supposed to be extradited back to Memphis. But as News 3 out of Memphis reports, Barnett was actually released from custody on January 21st. His whereabouts are now unknown, and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office has issued another warrant for his arrest on the original accessory after-the-fact charge, as well as a new attempted first-degree murder and theft of property charges. So hold up, man. So on January 21st, he got released. And pretty much it seems like everybody's on the same page in these stories. Nobody really understands why he was released on his own. Why he got released. I don't know if he was bonded out, what happened. Maybe it was some type of mix-up. But in the course of him being released, they actually threw some new charges at him, man. Now, one is a new attempted first-degree murder charge and the theft of property charges. So that's probably involving the vehicle, the white Mercedes. It seems like that charge has been on most of their jackets, right? So that goes for Straight Dropp and for Cornelius Smith. And obviously, since he's an accessory after the fact, they gave him that charge as well, I'm assuming, right? Now, the story goes on to say that, let's talk about it. It says, as for how Barnett ended up being released, Clay County Sheriff Paul Harden told News 3 that Barnett was allegedly let go at the request of his counterparts in Shelby County. Now, the story says this, in quotes. It says, "We held Barnett, contacted Shelby County, and held him on their warrant," Harden said. Now, that's the sheriff, right? He continues by saying, "And we were contacted on January 21st, and they told us that they were no longer wanting to come up and pick up Mr. Barnett, and that we were to release him at that time. So I'm guessing they released him, man. I mean, there was obviously a miscommunication about the charges or something, because, if they released him on his own reconnaissance and he was already helping some other people allegedly evade the law, what's going to stop him from doing the same thing? I mean, it seems like something he was down with doing. But let's continue. Now, as to why Barnett was released, that still remains a mystery. When asked for comment, a rep from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office said only on January 11th, 2022, the U.S. Marshal Service issued a warrant for Shundale Barnett for accessory after the fact. Due to ongoing investigations and prosecution, we cannot comment further. So they're basically saying that they're not going to comment on what led to him being released or what happened in the situation, or even if this was some type of mix-up or something. I mean, maybe he was released and they was told to report to Memphis. We don't know what was going on in the background, so you got to shoot him a little bit of bail there. But this is odd, to say the least, right? Now, I'd also say reps for Clay County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals did not immediately return requests for comment. Seems like nobody wants to talk about what went down here and how Shundale Barnett ended up getting released, man. And nobody knows where he's at. Like, this is weird, man. Like, nobody knows where he's at this time. Now, while Barnett's whereabouts are unknown, both Johnson and Smith remain in custody after pleading not guilty to first-degree murder earlier this month. The next hearing in their case has been set for March 24th. Now, in a follow-up story from Fox 13 News, they talked about the whole incident, and it said, murder warrant issued for man wanted in connection with Young Dolph's killing, officials say. And in this story, they basically go on to talk about the warrant. They said that he has an active warrant and on the charges of first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder and more. So they're looking for him, and he was supposed to be extradited, man. In this story, they say it was planned that they'd both be, him and Straight Dropp would both be extradited back to Memphis. But, due to the miscommunications or due to the communications that the people up in Indiana received, they just let him go, man. So right now they're trying to pursue that warrant. But, I mean, if anything is for sure, they'll probably catch him, man, because they caught him the last time as well. And they were probably doing their best to stay off the cell phones and all that, but ended up getting caught up. But, man, that's like, imagine that, man. Like, he was probably shocked. He was in the cell like, I could just go? Like, they said I could just be released, you know what I'm saying? Because according to what the sheriff in Indiana said, they said, yeah, they basically said, yo, you can leave. And so they probably were, it was so much going on, and it was some miscommunication, and maybe the person who called really didn't mean that, but who knows? But what do you guys think about this situation? What do you think happened to Shundale Barnett? Do you think it's a possibility that he did make it back to Memphis and he was going to turn himself in or whatnot, and something else might have happened in turn or before he got there? Or is it possible that he's running around the whole country, or even, man, it's been 3 weeks, so he could be anywhere, man, in that much time, and he's just on the run again like he was allegedly with Straight Dropp. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.